guys, hope you're all having a great day, much the same as I am in this beautiful location. Sun is shining, blue skies everywhere, not a cloud in sight, maybe a little whisper. But today's video, as you would have seen at the intro, is on the 23-0 Firepit. I will say that I did reach out to 23-0 and asked if they would like me to do a review on their Firepit. Kindly sent it out, so this is this video. I have done a review on their 23-0 1400 Bandit swag, and the video will be linked up here if you want to check that one out. But we'll set it up, make a fire, and we'll talk about the Firepit. So let's get to it. So it comes in a really sturdy bag. Look, I don't know what the material is, some sort of canvasy polyester number. There's probably other people out there that can tell you exactly what it is. But anyway, it comes with a stand. That just sits like that. Now it doesn't have the base plate like some of the other ones on the market have. Pros and cons, we'll get to that. This is the sort of tray that catches all the ash underneath. Again, pros and cons with this system versus the other one, but we'll get to that. So that just sits with those indentations there and helps to catch the ash underneath. The actual Firepit itself, so it's one of the nice fold out, really simple stainless steel. It's well used so far, and it's proven to be quite sturdy so far. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And that just sits in there. I'll bring the camera over and I'll show you what that looks like with this all set up. You get this sort of grill, whatever you want to call that. It sits on the top, so it keeps the base of the fire free with the air flowing underneath. You get your cooking grill. Again, stainless steel, pretty sturdy. That sits on top of this guy here, which is height adjustable. That way, yeah, that way. Height adjustable, much the same as all the others on the market. Three sort of settings, and I'll show you what that looks like once we get that set up. But and I carry sort of, an axe, butane, or hatchet, you want to call it. Butane starter in there, some fire lighters. We do get this other plate as well, but I don't know exactly what that's for, so I haven't used that for anything yet, but that came in the bag with everything else. But so far, yeah, it's pretty easy to set up. You saw me just do it in real time, pretty quick to set up, and yeah, we'll get the fire going. So you can see sits there with that sort of grill on top, and then gives you a bit of a gap underneath to where that tray is, and then that's the stand, and that's the actual Firepit itself. So the advantage of that is that it does catch a fair bit and allows a lot of air through. I guess the disadvantage of not having that plate, sorry, my finger's in the way, not having that plate down the bottom is that you don't catch everything. So depending on where you set it up, you've got to be mindful. Of ash coming down and falling on dried grass, whatever else. But what I've found at home, and I've had it at home, and when I've been camping elsewhere, it doesn't throw out a lot of ash that comes through that spot anyway. But it's also handy when you do empty it. You can just lift that up when you lift the actual top part up, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. And you hold all the ash in this section here without it sort of falling all out everywhere, which the others sort of don't. They all fall to the bottom of that tray. It's a little bit harder to move around if you had to move it while the fire was in there, but it's possible as long as you've got some decent gloves, obviously. But I'll show you when you lift it up what it looks like when you sort of have a lot of ash in there after a fire. So yeah, as you lift it up, you can lift it up with that in there, and that kind of holds everything in the bottom, and then you've just got that bottom sort of section there. But then you've got ability to tip that out somewhere nice and easy without all the ash going everywhere. So that's the advantage of it that I can see, and it makes it a bit lighter than having that big plate that's sometimes quite heavy that sits underneath it. So yeah, but look, I'll load it up, we'll get a fire going. You can kind of see how it pulls through as far as the airflow, and then we'll finish off with putting the grill on to show you what that looks like. Yeah, the airflow is pretty good for the bottom. It's a little bit breezy. There's not a lot of wind around today, which is awesome. But yeah, it's pretty good with that gap between the bottom of the fire and that plate. Plus, there's also a couple of holes either side, and I'll bring the camera over in a second. Allows for more airflow through, so it does take well, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll show you what it looks like. We'll get that grill put on as well, so you can see how that works, and then that'll be the review almost done, I reckon. See, that's sitting up there. There's that air gap. If you can see that, okay. There's that air gap under the fire itself, so it's allowing air through the bottom and through those couple of slits in the hole and the actual fire pit there. And there's a bit of ash there, but not too much. And it hasn't started to fall through yet. Now, I will put my gloves on because it's hot. So this guy can sit either way, left or right, doesn't really matter. Obviously, to get him more the right setting. There we are there. So that's the high setting there. And then this guy just sits straight on top like that. Now there is a bit of a rise in the middle. So if you're cooking snags, you've got to make sure you put it the right way so the snags don't fall off. But on the high setting, you can still load in another bit of wood if you wanted to. Make sure you got your flameage right, and you can cook on that. If you've got real low coals, you can just easily drop it down to number 1 setting or number 3 setting, depending which way you want to look at it. Yep, there we go. So that's nice and low, and I'll show you what it looks like. Bring the camera over in a second, and allows you to cook quite easily on the grill. So yeah, so that's the grill on there, nice and easy. It's got your 3 settings of height, and it gives you a decent cooking surface. Now you can have your chops on there, or your steak, snags on there. You can put a fry pan on that, doing eggs and bacon or something like that. So guys, that's the 23-0 Firepit / barbecue. Look, it's much the same as all the other ones in the concept. It's got a triangle style, diamond style sort of setup, pyramid rather. It doesn't have the base, which is good and bad. I like it without the base, I think, because it's not as heavy. It's probably a little bit difficult to move in its current form, but most times when you set up, you're not going to really move it around too much. It's a quick pack up with sort of three main parts, or 4 main parts, including that grill that sits inside. You've got the height adjustable cooking, which comes with it. Nice big bag, sturdy. You can put some extra things in there. And yeah, I mean, for I don't know what they retail for. You'd have to have a look on the website. But I think they're a lot more cost effective than some of the other ones getting around. And they really, at the end of the day, they hold a fire. So I'd certainly give it the thumbs up. I know there's a paid review as such. They've kindly sent this out to me, but I was looking to buy one anyway. So sort of reached out to the guys there, and they were kind enough to send one out. So that's a 23-0 barbecue pit, fire pit. Really happy with it. I would recommend it, not only because they sent it out to me, but I do think it's a good one compared to some of the other ones that are getting around. I've had numerous fires in it. It's still quite sturdy. Nothing's broken on it. Nothing's sort of seized as far as the folding parts go. So yeah, I think it's a good fire pit. But anyway, I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. It's really helping the channel to grow where I can. And leave a comment. That also helps. If you want to know more about it, well, I'm more than happy to reply to your comments. And I'm going to leave it there. I'll give you a bit of another look around this amazing spot I'm in before the video ends. And I hope that you guys are having a great time wherever you are in the world. Cheers, guys.